Let's see if I'm live this week, 'cause last week I was not live and I talked a whole bunch and I wasn't live. Let me double check, I think I'm live, yeah. What's up, everybody? Good morning and welcome one and all to Wake and Base. I hope y'all have had a good week. I know I've had a good week. It's been a busy one getting ready for the school year. Yes, that is right. I have been released back out into the wild upon the youth of the nation, teaching them what have they done. Yes. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here about you guys, to talk with you. Maybe do some teaching, but mostly do some learning, because y'all have wonderful leads, wonderful insights, and as a general note, about 3 times the amount of info as I know when we're discussing topics. So, always glad to have y'all here. Special good morning here to everyone who's already here. We got Bobby, we got Prank. Good morning, y'all. Good to see you. Good to have you here. In fact, we've already got our first starting spot for our game of musical hopscotch here from Bobby. So thank you very much for that initial suggestion there. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to Mr. Takanaka. So yeah, for those of you who were not here last time we did musical hopscotch, the general idea of this game is to go around and just look for connections between artists. It's a little bit like 7 Degrees of Separation from Kevin Bacon. It's a very weak excuse to just hop around from song to song and not feel so restrained to listen to an entire album. Plus, I'm hoping it'll give us a little bit more ability to have some objectivity when we're listening to things, because I love being Mr. Positive. It is fantastic. There's always good to be heard in music. But it's also important to understand what sets the top couple percentage points apart from each other is being a little more discerning, not in a negative way, but just in a realistic way. Things we've talked about in the past: mixing quality, arranging, general, mixture of instruments. How well is the part writing, the voice writing, things like that. Things that we've, skirted in the past, but now we're going to hit a little bit more head on, because everybody here is in tune. Everybody here is rhythmic. Everybody here generally has a nice sound. So those things are just given. So now we're going to take it on a little bit to a next level. And something that I thought would be kind of fun, maybe not, I don't know. This is still very much a work in progress here. But, do I already have an ad right at the beginning of my video? Not anymore. Skip. That's what I do for you guys. You guys can keep those pennies. All right, so switching over to our research tab, this is what I've come up with. A very stupid Dungeons & Dragons based chart for city pop artists. So, again, work in progress here, but the idea, for those of you who are initiated into the D&D, you've got your core 6 stats. You got your strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. How I'm thinking of arranging this is, because anytime you do these charts, they're kind of BS. You're trying to shove someone in a box. It's not really going to work. But it is fun, and it can, if it's done in the right way, be used as just a general Wikipedia-style introduction to this artist, this song, whatever, that kind of thing. So how I've translated this, strength, is going to be raw musical force. In other words, does it slap? For just any other reason, just, that just hits. This artist just hits. Who would be a raw musical force person? Probably Tetsuro Sakurai. He's got a lot of force. Who's another person that has just raw musical force? Hit me up in the chat box. Tell me what you guys got here. Let's see here. Dexterity, pretty straightforward. Technical ability, just straight up technique. Are you Victor Wooten, or are you going a little bit more Sex Pistols? Both are great in different ways. Constitution. This one, a little more harder. This is the vital force of somebody. We're going to go ahead and put this one as the writing and arranging. So again, we're talking about music. So how is it organized? That's the lifeblood. That's what we're going to go with, at least. Intelligence. This is a hard one, kind of arbitrary. I went with improvisation. So obviously your cats like Cassiopeia, who are going to be more in the forefront of improvisation, where they have their very long written lines with their long solos, all that kind of stuff. However, precedence would be given towards jam bandy sorts of improv. In other words, someone like Takanaka. So if I had to put those two up against each other, I would be inclined to give Takanaka maybe one more point, maybe give him an 18 instead of a 17 for Cassiopeia. Anyway, all D&D, we're getting real nerdy here. Wisdom, just slamming through this here. How musically attuned you are. So how well you listen to those around you. It's very closely tied to writing and arranging, but now it's more on the technical execution of how do you fit in. This will also be tied into mixing, talking about how that all works right there. And then finally, charisma, force of personality. Are you David Byrne going out there in a crazy suit, just freaking everybody out with your eyes? Or are you going to be, much more reserved and just kind of, hey guys, I'm going to play my music now. that kind of thing. And then we'll put a picture of them, and we'll get some traits, some flaws. We'll go over their gear, name, age, of course, most important thing in all information, the blood type. Japanese thing, and of course the bands that they were in. So this is something that we can be thinking about, have a little bit of fun with here in the future. Kind of jumping in, let's think about our first song here with a little bit of that in mind of what are the strengths, does it have that raw musical force? Is it super technical? How's the writing? Improv? Is there improv? Does it sound like there's improv? I saw that we have Jake Concepcion on here, so there's a good chance we might have some improv. Might be pretty tasty. So we'll see what's going on. Okay, so jumping back in, the first suggestion here was from Bobby, an artist Kumiko Hara, somebody who I do not know. My cat is trying to eat my foot. That's never happened before. Timmy's really hungry. All right, so Kumiko Hara came out with this album called Unhappy Birthday. All right, really pioneering the emo genre there. This is 1981. The genre they have here on Discord is rock, funk, soul, pop. Really hitting all the numbers, but let's go ahead and jump on here. What? Oh, okay, that's what I thought you said. One more time? Oh, okay. One more time, please. Sorry. Paradise. Got it. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. Man, is it just me, or is that just a little out of tune? I like the energy. Maybe it's just the recording quality. And timeout. 53 seconds. Let's see if we can find a better recording of this, because that was blown out. Here we go. Woo! That one was blown out. There we go. I was like, man, nobody would release something that rough. Okay, this sounds good. We got a lot of bass in the forefront here. Akihiro Tanaka. Why do we know this name? Okay, he's in Tin Pan Alley. Did a little Taiko Anuki back in the day. I definitely love how that kicks in the middle. Good strings. Like that. All right, so she arranged this. Oyama on drums. That's our Tatsuro drummer. Where's our Jake Concepcion, baby? And where's our strings? I want to see our string credits. Yeah, this is a string song right here, baby. That was a little risque. I don't know about this mix engineer here. This mix sounds a little weird to me. Yeah, where's the strings? Etc. Those goobers. Okay, so this is sounding good. Like, so talking about our different pieces of a range, or our pieces here. Let's just listen a little bit more to this verse. Let's see what we get here. The chorus. Pre-chorus, rather. What's up, Jose? How's it going, homie? Taibo by Nina Atsuko. No, I don't, but we're gonna check it out. We'll look it up. In before some variation of the Joe Kato group. You're right, Frank. I bet it's Joe Kato. Let's see if we can find where it was recorded. That'll help. I mean, it's Polydor, so I bet it was Joe Kato strings. Oh, it's our homie, Jay Canuck. Why will nobody tell us if this... I'm not sure if we heard it enough. Can I get it again? Oh, yeah. Oh, there's time. There's time. You can put one more in there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now here's the real question. How many times did she say paradise in that song? Okay, cool. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, talking about being a little bit more discerning here. Let's go through our checklist here of things. Whoa. Our checklist here of things that we got. And just to give you just a barometer of what we're dealing with here, using D&D scores. It's a 1 to 20 range. So if you're 10, that's considered, for all intents and purposes for right now, average. If you start getting into like 16, 17, did you cheat your stats? And then once it gets to 19, 20, it's like you totally cheated your stats. But so we do have those people in here. So if we're talking about raw musical force, I would put this probably at like an 11. I'd put it like at an 11. It was, I liked that super funk kind of, I don't know if it was the chorus, the post-chorus, but that hit pretty hard. I liked that. That was solid. But the rest of the song was just, it's grooving. It's solid. Raw musical force, not a huge part of it. Technical ability, same thing here. I'm going to put this just at, at a 10. There was some good percussion there. I liked that. There were some interesting little licks, but everything was pretty restrained. But I'm going to put that into the writing and arranging category. Now, I'm inclined to give it a higher score, something in the 13 range. However, saying paradise 48 times is part of writing and arranging. And so for that reason, I'm going to knock it down to an 11. Improvisation was not really apparent. How musically attuned. Yeah, everybody was doing okay. I would say with musically attuned, since that has to do with mixing, I didn't really like the mix. I thought that just was not super, super solid. And with force of personality, because she said charisma so many times and had such energy in her voice, I'm going to give it a 14. And so for all these reasons, this is kind of what I was feeling on that song. That's how I was feeling it. Again, the improvisation, that's not really a fair stat. We're just going to go ahead and cut that one out for this because that doesn't really apply. And this is already showing how this is going to be a problem with this chart of going through. But yeah, that's my general vibe on this. I'm ready for opinions and arguments. I always welcome them and love them. And thank you for the suggestion, Bobby. And again, not a bad song, but I'm holding Cassiopeia, T-Square, Takanaka, all these cats, top of my head. And it's like, okay, well, if they're the top, we got to put everybody else in their place here. Yeah. Let's see. Bobby, I don't know. Paradise is pretty forceful. It is forceful. I will give you that. But that's charisma, baby. Because there's no oomph behind it. It's like a little kid in the street going, "You want some of this? You want some of this?" It's like that kid has so much energy. Do I fear his call out and his raw power? No. At the same time, do I want to mess with that kid? No, because he's scrappy and he's yelling, "You want some of this?" Sometimes 3 foot, a lot comes in a little package. So, it's different things versus if I saw a very quiet, Andre the Giant walking down the street, just doing this, walking at me, not saying a word, then I would guaranteed be moving out of the way. So that's what I'm talking about. Both have different appeals. I don't know if appeal is the right word for my analogy. Both have different effects, but are different things. All right, let's see here. Hey, Ingen. Good morning. What's up, homie? Also, yeah, good to see you. Oh, yeah, already said it. Already said good morning to Jose. Well, hello again. Good to see you. You got to have confidence to put Paradise in it so many times. That is very true. Yes. Like I said, you see, you're picking up on it. You're picking up on it. Thank you, Bobby. I'm glad you appreciate my just absolutely weird analogy. Okay. So, looking through here, we've got some interesting characters that we know from other places. We got Jake Concepcion. Didn't hear him on this track, but I'm sure he is here. We've got our Akihiro Tanaka on bass. This is a guy who has played with Tatsuya Yamashita. He has done, let's just look real quick. I also saw, Izumi Kobayashi. We saw her recently. Toshiki Katamatsu, just last week. Akira Terao, or 2 weeks ago. I can't even remember. So much has gone on. I think it was not Junko Ohashi, but Taiko Onuki. She's in here. He's got a lot of good stuff. He's on Rainbow Goblins. What else do you need to say? Fantastic. Okay, so for guitar, on drums, we got Jun Aoyama. That's Tatsuro's drummer. Fantastic drummer right there. Don't know that other guy. Who do we have on guitar here that we knew? Shigeru Suzuki. So this cat worked a lot with our bass player, Tanaka. They did a lot of things together. I do believe both of his solo albums feature Tanaka on bass. Yeah, Bandwagon, Caution. I don't know about the others. Let's see here. Who's on our keyboards? Tadashi Namba. Almost Hiroyuki Namba, our other keyboardist. I don't know any of these guys. Not Nobu Saito on percussion. Akiko Osada. We know that name. Why do we know that name? What has he done? I feel like I know that name. I could be very wrong. I guess I'm very, very wrong. Thought I knew that name. Yeah. And then vocals, of course, are probably Hara. Oh, those are backup vocals, okay? And then, yeah, Kumiko Hara played some backup keyboard. Very interesting. So this is 1981. She has, looks like 3 albums. And this was her 3rd album, Third Lunch. And it looks like she did just straight up solid. Has 5 versions of everything. So it looks like she got re-released in 2013 and 2022, 2013, 2021, 2013, 2022. Yeah, okay. Pretty standard reissues, just solid. Solid person. Cool. Hey, what's up, son, bro? What's up, homie? Hey, man, do you listen to other Japanese genres besides city pop? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I definitely, I go through phases, but I've been big into I don't even know what you would call it. It's like anime pop rock kind of music. You know, if you think of just like the super hyperactivity of an anime intro, you're locking into what I like. A couple bands that I know are contemporary. Suspended Fourth, amazing Japanese street punk rock fusion band, really, really good. Lion the Chameleon, another really, really good one. Yeah, if you're interested, we'll check them out sometime. You can really, compared to city pop, you can hear how sounds have changed over the years. If nothing else, the loudness wars, everything is louder. City pop is generally so much more dynamic. Okay, let's see here. Where are we hopping and scotching now, boys? Well, let's see. So we had another suggestion up here, and let's see here if we can tie this in. Taibo by Nina Atsuko. So let's listen to it. Realizing I'm wanting to say Taibo like the exercise that I had to do in gym class as a child. I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember that. Don't really suggest it. Okay. 1987. Taibo. Okay, let's see what we got here. See if we can't make a connection. Dang! Now that's tasty. tasty. I like that. I like that. That's tasty. Digging it. All right, let's find these musicians. Hey, it's Tsukoshi Kon. Okay. That's a name we know. Make me work for it. They're gonna make me work for it. Yeah, I'm vibing on this. Some musical force damage. Yeah. Good horns, baby. Find it. I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, prank. Boogie Woogie Love Train Japanese or English version, Ann Lewis. All right. We're going to have to hop onto that train next. Okay, Japanese Bossa Nova. I'm in. I'm in, man. I'm digging this, man. All right, we're going to have to do a little bit of reverse engineering here and see if we can figure out who played on the album right before it. Got Lady. Plays all your instruments. God. Dude, all those. Okay. Dope, man. I like that writing. That's a good fall progression. Fluorescent lamp. That's cool. That's very cool. Okay. I'm digging that a lot. So, going back here to our little chart here that doesn't mean anything, that we're just having a little bit of fun with. So, going to raw musical force. This has got a lot stronger. So, I'm going to give this one a 13 because for a couple of reasons. One, the groove that it hits you with, once it kicks in at the beginning, we're pushing. And even though there's sonic space made for the vocalist, for the verse, and then, you know, a rebuild up for the chorus or for like the sax solo and things like that, we never lose that push forward. Now, it's not, you know, Andre the Giant coming at you, but it is a steady parade, you know, moving your way. So I like that musical force. Technical ability, while it was not super flashy, show-offy. It was very controlled. Really good horn control, really good drum control, instrument, voice, everything was really rhythmically tight to a point that goes beyond just being rhythmically accurate. It's being musically rhythmically accurate. You're cutting off, you're attacking with the same style articulation, with the same length. So again, I'm going to go ahead and give that a little bit above average for me, 13. Writing and arranging is good. It's good. I liked it. It's a very standard chord progression. There were a couple interesting little lines written in there. I'm going to give it, solid 12. That was good. That was good. Intelligence, improvisation. Again, this is just something that doesn't work for these songs because you just don't get to experience this. We're just going to go, doesn't even count. Wisdom. How musically attuned are you mixing? This is where, again, we're going to come up and I'm going to give it a little bit of a boosted score here, give it a 13, because of the way that they mix the sound. And we're going to go back and listen, comparing our first, the song we just listened to, this Tabo, and our first song, the Paradise, and just listen to what I'm talking about with mixing and how filling the sound or picking your instruments and how you layer them really impacts the listener and the listening experience. So I thought they did a pretty darn good job at that. Charisma, force of personality. Not Screaming Paradise, so I can't give it as high as a score there. But it's cool. It's just solid, but it didn't blow me out of the water with any, wow, this person is just like so in my face charismatic. Okay. Jump in and see if we got any people getting pitchforks out already, getting upset about it. Yeah, musical force damage. Hey, what's up, Horatio? What's going on? Dude, you're never late. You're always right on time when you get here. It's a Tatsuro reference. It's free. All right, bye. I don't know, man. Got to dock some points for not shouting an arbitrary word, shrill tone over and over. It's a good, like I said, man. Like, I don't know if it's Uncanny Valley, but it's that thing where it's like you see a joke and it's like, hey, that's kind of funny. Okay, that's really stupid. Okay, that's really stupid. I hate this. And then all of a sudden, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. That's kind of how I feel about Paradise. Is like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute. Okay, this is really annoying. And then on the 37th one, I was like, yeah, Paradise. So, charisma can get you a long way. Confidence, man. It's a real thing. Okay, so that's the vibe I got on this song. Let's listen real quickly to what I'm talking about, both in the musical attuned wisdom part as far as the mixing, and then talking about this raw musical force strength idea. So let's just go back and talk about the mixing real quickly here. So what I want to highlight is how when I jump into the track here, just 15 seconds in, we're going to hear a fullness of sound. And when I say fullness of sound, I'm not just saying, hello, Timothy. Thank you for that. I'm not just saying we can hear all the instruments and it's loud and full, like I hear loud. No, I'm talking about full as in the space. So what does that have to do with? Something that's called wet versus dry. So that has to do with reverberation. So if something is very dry, like right now, my voice is very dry. The microphone is set up that way. If I come in here and if I go into my effects setting and I were to come over here, let's do this, and I'll add some. Okay. So I have put on this thing called Pro R Fab Filter. This is a reverb, and you got all these settings. That doesn't matter. What matters is this thing over here, the mix. And this is our wet, dry mix. So if I'm all the way on the left here, that means there is 100% direct signal. If I go all the way to the right,
This is 100% reverberated signal, and I really have to slow down.
and then I can mix in between. So this is mostly a direct signal, but you can hear that there's that kick afterwards. If I have too much of it, it's super obvious and it's distracting. if I get just a little bit, it adds body. I'm gonna sing. See how beautiful I am? But you see, if I add just a little bit, even if I do less, I'm gonna do like 3%. 3%. Yeah, see how it just kind of it adds a little bit of body behind my voice. And once I go to 5%, you start to notice it a lot. So that's the kind of thing that we're listening for here when I talk about dry versus wet. So listen to what all these instruments sound like. Hear how that snare expands? It doesn't just go pop. The shakers have a lot of air in them. All the frequencies are really well represented. Nothing is being overloaded, and everything has a little bit of life to it. It's not a dry signal, it's a little bit of a live wet signal. So let's compare that now to what we had before. You hear how dry and tight everything is? You can hear the silences in between everything. Things are moving around, but everything is very isolated, very dry, very henpecky. Hear that guitar? And again, comparing that to fluorescent lamp. One of the effects of using wet sound is it gives you the illusion of wide space. It makes the music sound bigger. And it's a weird thing to say. It's like, well, what do you mean, louder? No, bigger. Like, think of the difference of music, the same volume of music. One is coming out of your phone, and the other is coming out of giant speakers. And again, it's the same volume. If that's the case, the quality of the speakers is going to be a lot better, but just by virtue of their size, it sounds bigger because the sound source is a larger sound source. So that's what this does, is it simulates being in a live area, and it simulates what we're used to hearing if we're in a big room. What do you hear when you're in a big room? You clap and you hear the echo. So when we hear this space, this reverberation, our brains translate that as size, big. It gives it that big sound. A full sound is another way of thinking about it. When people talk about, that's a thin sound, that usually means it's too tight. You're too on-off. There's no decay in your sound. So, is one better than the other? No, they are stylistic. Whatever you're going for, the style dictates how much of that wet dry that you usually have or how much you can experiment with. For my personal taste, I like reverb. I like that. I'm a violinist, I'm a string player. We don't like dry rooms because it really exposes how picky and percussive we are. But giving us a little roundness really, really, really helps. So that's what I'm talking about when I am looking at this chart. And I'm talking about wisdom here of how musically attuned you are. What's your mixing, your EQ? How are you blending things together? Tying that in, strength, raw musical force, that ties in. If you sound bigger, you are going to feel more powerful. It's going to have more of a presence. So these two things right here are really pretty tied in together. So as I continue to work on this chart and try to get this all going, because this thing is like, I need to redo intelligence completely. But these things right here are always going to be connected in the same way that technical ability and force of personality are connected, where usually if somebody is more charismatic, they're not going to be as technically flashy, vice versa, but you absolutely have outliers of people who are technically virtuosic and charismatically inclined. Another city pop example. Tatsuro Yamashita. Not a technically flashy dude. Can he shred? Absolutely. But he's not writing crazy Dorian scale lines with sweep picking and like all sorts of harmonic tapping. No. He is a singer-songwriter, excellent at that. That is, I think, his absolute superpower. He gets a 20 in writing and arranging. He's just the master. Beautiful voice, all that kind of stuff. His charisma is not out-in-your-face charisma. It is, I'm the sweet, cool guy. I wrote this love song for you. I hope you like it. He's got that kind of, personality, but he leans into it, and he does a really good job of attaining this personality and this kind of image, this kind of idol status, without having that technical ability, versus somebody like Masayoshi Takanaka, who is standing up there. I've never heard him talk ever. Like I've heard him sing a couple words, and he just kind of smile and they're just chilling. But when he's playing, he's so focused. He's playing. He'll have some fun with his bandmates, but he's not trying to put on a show for the crowd in the sense of, I'm going to stare at this member and be like, yeah, you having a good time? Hey, you having a good time? Yeah. No, he's like, oh yeah, I got to shred for these people. He's focused in a different way. So all these things, blend into how we perceive a group, how we listen to them, why we like them. And just being aware of these things helps us to, figure out why we like things or what's going on in the music we're listening to. Okay, jumping back in here. Let's see here. Yeah, Sunbro. What's up, homie? 100% reverb, give me Zoom class pandemic. Dude, man, when pandemic happened, being, in a huge university, it was a big university, state school, watching the miserable failure of all the professors with Zoom and trying to do the stuff. What was really fun was the middle school, high school, because the kids immediately knew how all that tech worked. And, I knew how it worked, but my teacher was my boss was like 15 years older than me, and she was just struggle bus, and I felt bad. It's like people need to learn about professional audio mode for Zoom. All right, anyway. Hey, what's up, Sam? What's up, homie? Good to see you, brother. Prank, here we go. Raw musical force and personality. I think it would be aided just a bit by his crazy ad-libs he puts everywhere. Yeah, that is true. I like that, yeah. If you that does fit. That's why I was saying with improv, it's like some of these people that we look at, it does have, they do have really strong improv skills, but if you're listening to a recorded album, it's like, man, you can't really tell. Okay, now trying to do our musical hopscotch and make connections here. I mean, these artists are awesome. Like, this sounds great. Really, really good. She does not list any of the artists that are, or any of the musicians that are on here. One thing that I do think is interesting is looking through here, a lot of these are being arranged, every single one, by a different person almost. So this song that we listened to was produced, I guess, or arranged by Motoki Funiyama. Wow. 843 arranging credits. Well, let's see if we can find somebody that we know here. Play a little bit of our musical hopscotch. Okay, starting to get a vibe for... Oh, is this Japanese Waldo? Who is this cat? I'll wait for that to load. Clap your hands together. Okay. Man, every one of these albums is just like a headshot. Oh, except for this one. I want that guy. Yeah, look at that. Japanese Waldo. And who's this guy? Oh, yeah. Let's get wrestling. Okay. Man, look at all these headshots. This is just crazy. Okay. Nobody. Man, this is all just 1970s. This guy arranged all of these? That is nuts. So this just must be some studio cat. Dude, this is nutty. 1970. How do you do this all in 1978 and 1979? That is nutty. That is nutty. And I have not seen one person that I recognize. 200 albums. 200 albums in 4 years. What? I say again. What? like Hank Hill. I think so. I think so. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep scrolling. Hey, what's up, Han? Good morning, homie. Dude, thank you, sir. So much love. I appreciate it. All right, well, since we can't find anything from here from her, let's just do another jump. Let's see if we can find even one musician on here. One musician. Nope, nothing. Okay, so we're going to have to go with this guy. Motoki Funiyama. Let's see, what did you do in 19? Oh my goodness, look at all these credits. Oh my goodness. All right, you were popping off in 81. Let's see what you did. What did you do in 81 that we would have seen? Why do I know your name? Oh, Yoshimi Iwazaki. That's the sister of the girl we looked at a while ago. There's Heart. Man, how do you work on 60 albums in a year? Like, how do you have the time to do anything of value in that? Because clearly this guy did a lot of stuff, but man, whoa, was that called the Dang Gang Bros? The Dang Gang Brothers Band. Okay, well, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, y'all. The Dang Gang Brothers Band. So they did the single, or he did the single. Lyrics and music by Fumiaki Nakajima. All right, here we go. Dang Gang Brothers Band. All right, y'all, we're getting weird. Or maybe we're not. Dang Gang. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, we're watching this live. Is this is live? All right, let's watch this. Okay. Okay, I want to see you guys do some rock. Hit me with the rock and roll. Okay, well, we're listening to this one because this one sounded like rock and roll. Still not the right song, I don't think, but... This is definitely pop rock right here. Hey, it's good to see you, Han. Hey, I'm glad you're picking it back up again, man. Taking a break is good. Gives your mind some space. Glad you're playing again, though. Okay. Ooh, I like that. The drums. A little bit edgy. Oh, it's very edgy. All right. We can almost see those names. Okay. Reverse order. Charisma. 15. I like that. That was fun. Wisdom. Musically attuned. This is going to be rough. I'm going to give that an 8. That was that. It might have been a recording, and it might have been mixed. You know, I don't want to back down on my 8 here, but that was a rough mix, you know. And to say that when you're talking about punk rock or rock and roll or pop punk, anything like that, having that raw quality is appealing sometimes because it gives it that energy. And to be quite fair, I think one of the reasons why the charisma is a 15 is because the wisdom is an 8. You needed that, just like, this is the best in the world. Oh, yeah. You know, like really going for it, energy. The drummer was really, really good. I really, really like that. Yeah, we don't do this one. Constitution, writing and arranging, straightforward, simple, solid. Since it's punk rock, normally I'd give it a 10, but since it was good punk rock, I'm gonna give it 11. You know, it's not breaking any molds, but it's cool. Technical ability is solid. You know, it was above average, keeping it together, keeping it tight. I like that for punk rock. Can get sloppy real fast. They didn't do that. I appreciated that. Raw musical force. Oh, I'm gonna give it a 13. I liked it. You know, there's no Nine Inch Nails, no wall of sound here, but still, very cool. Very cool. I enjoyed that song. That was fun. Lots of energy there. Okay. Cool. So that was totally random jumping into that one there. Dang Gang Bros, 1981. Very little about them that we could discern other than that the guy who produced one of their singles also produced Fluorescent Lamp. Also, this guy produced or wrote and arranged for 60 albums a year for like 4 years in a row, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but he did it. So, all right. Yeah, Bobby, what in the world did we just stumble into? It's a very good question. It's a very, very good question. But it looks like Jose is about to pull us out of it here, because it looks like we got another suggestion of Yuko Imai, something that I cannot read in Japanese because I can barely read English. So let's see what this is. Ooh, looks cool. All right, let's finish up reading through these comments here, then we'll give this one a listen, and then it'll probably be about the wrap-up time for us today. But yeah, let me know. As always, if you guys have ideas, suggestions, like, pop them in the comments. We listen to them. We go through them. But if you got any more, hit me up in the Discord, put them in the comments below, all that kind of good stuff. I try my best to read them. I really do. Here we go. Ingen. Good to see you, homie. Midorino. Lagoon by Yu Hayami would be my personal pick. Okay, we'll see if we have time for 2. We are the Clash. Let's see, Han. Was practicing counting down the days. That's a good one, man. And now my pinky has a big old callus playing with like a blood ring around it. Yeah, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about. Crazy how fast your body can get unaccustomed to stuff. Brain can do it, but your body can't. Yep. Every time I take a break from something and I, take time off with my calluses, it always, the first day, I think I can do things that I can't do, and I just have to warm back up into it. Still waiting on a wake and bake for Ridiculous. Hide my shame, Han. You're right. I'm gonna write that down. Again, +2 ep. For Han. It's been like a year. I'm so sorry, dude. Boogie. Oh yeah, and Boogie Woogie Love Train. I forgot about that. Okay. To be fair, we'll do Boogie Woogie Love Train, and then we'll do this song, so that we can accurately represent everybody. Because I forgot Prank had asked for this one already. All right. Let's do a little bit of a live version too. Let's see what's up. Very cool. Now we're going to listen to this version while watching this version. I like that intro.
I've got a ticket to bring to your hollow.
That sounds good.
The boogie woogie train. Let's go. Shall I pick you honey up tonight? Midnight is just right.
Now, what's cool about this is it's very dry, but her voice is not.
This boogie
They
train.
put some good reverb on her voice to help fill it out, so this sounds really nice.
Oh, let's make this beating.
Oh, Han, you're too kind. I'm not letting myself off the hook, Han. I'm gonna hook you up.
Railroad, there goes the whistle, baby. Love train coming down.
Yeah, that sounds super good.
For you.
Yeah, those backup vocals.
I've got a ticket to bring to your heart. This
And notice how they fatten up the snare with the tambourine.
is train.
You almost hear the tambourine more than the snare.
The wheels of this train come just through
I
one.
like this video too.
Your tears on the platform. I'm a
Oh, 70s graphics.
boogie. I've got a ticket
Oh, that almost lined up. That's kind of fun.
to your heart. This is the end.
Yeah.
Hey, let's dance first class on the boogie woogie. Right on, me and you.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Super, super cool. So Ann Lewis was completely ignorant. Very, very cool. Hey, good to see you, Han. Glad to see you, man. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Catch you next time, homie.
Bring to your heart.
Yeah, this is dope. Okay, so going through and just like talking real quickly through all of our things here. Raw musical force, solid. I'm gonna give it a 12 because we got this push and disco, and with all of that really, really nice wisdom, how musically attuned it is, how well mixed it is, which I just really like that mix. I think it's really well balanced. Even though the bass is like the forefront sound, it's built around the bass. It's, you know, the style and the vibe. The vocals are playing with it. The backup vocals are really, really good. Technical ability, I'm just going to give it a solid score. Just 11. Writing and arranging, I think it's very, very solid, but it's good ranging. It's just, you know, straight down the road, but well done. Force of personality, I like her voice. I think it's got some good push. I like this. So even though it looks like I said that these scores are all out of 20, and these might look low, no. If every number you have is double digit, you're solid. There's no minuses. Because I think technically this would be like +1. This is like +2. +2. Yeah. I'm a super nerd. All right, jumping back in here. Whoa. No Yoshino Fujimura. Not today. Okay, very cool. One more before we're done here. All right, got just enough time. So this is Yuko Imai. No idea what this is. Okay, starting off with some Latin rhythms, Latin percussion. Okay. Oh, it was arranged by Tatsuro Yamashita. Oh, that explains it. Let's see, Sam. I remember watching Ann Lewis live, and her singing was so high tuned, it was unbelievable. Every single vocal was comically missing those notes. I wasn't gonna say anything, but that's why that live video, I was like, let's listen to her recording. It did sound super tight. But the recording sounded good. Okay, yeah, we definitely got Brazilian. What do they call that? Not the samba. Clave. I'm not sure. Yeah. There's a lot going on here. So this is something where this is a little bit of the limit of my knowledge. To me personally, this is too much going on. We've got like 3 percussionists, dun, 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 dun. We got all this, we got somebody on drum kit. We've got somebody just on auxiliary percussion, another person on auxiliary percussion, just doing those cowbells. We got keyboards, we got guitar, bass. There were all those strings. We've got this vocal line, horns, synth. Like, it's just a lot going on. Maybe for this kind of, Brazilian style, this is the norm. But this, to me, it's like, man, this is a lot of spices in the soup. It's just kind of overloading. And it takes away from that force of sound, that I think about. It's cool. Again, it's a genre of music that I'm just not super well versed in it, to the point where it's like I can identify it, but I couldn't tell you, is this a good version of it or a poor version of it? This sounds like it to me, but it's just a lot going on, to the point where I can't even find a groove to latch onto. Like, do I latch onto the strings? Or do I hold on to the... do I hook onto the bass line? It's like we got so many things going on. This could be my, ADD brain just going, blue screening on this stuff. But okay, great suggestion though. Very, very cool song. Again, Yuko Imai. I'd never heard of her. Very, very interesting. I dig it. But yeah, this is why I like, doing the show with you guys. You guys always show me music that I, would not have sought out on my own. And whether, just like this one, it's something that I would not have found or listened to or know much about, I definitely like it and feel smarter now for being more aware of it being out there and starting to get a better idea of what this kind of Brazilian beat rhythm, especially with the city pop fusion, because that was such a huge thing, our big, I think my personal, when I think of who's the most famous, integrator of the Brazilian Latin rhythm stuff, Tanaka. I really think Masayoshi Takanaka. Did I say Tanaka? Takanaka. He's, really the guy. Seychelles, that was a huge one. Insatiable High. I mean, all of his stuff has a little bit of that, but he really was just like, no, I want to represent that rhythmic and that cultural musical identity. Yeah, Sam Lazar hit it. Okay, you nailed it, man. Dynamic breaks could do a lot. You're exactly right. Mixing could have fixed that problem for me, because all those instruments sounded great, but they were all almost equally represented. I could just sonically or mentally, use my brain to go, okay, I'm going to listen to this instrument, or I'm going to listen to this instrument, or I'm going to have to listen. But I never had to really I can barely hear that, or, that one, everything was like equally loud. So some dynamic range goes a long way, a long way. Very, very, very good point. Asian Boom by ABs is so cool. We're going to have to save that one for next time, Bobby, because we are out of time, unfortunately, for today. And I got some plans here. I'm going to go meet up with a homie, and then I got to go get some stuff done for school. I got to go get me an ID badge. I look pretty in my job. But enough about that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, for coming, supporting me for Waking Base, supporting the channel. I haven't even made a big deal about this. We recently passed 7,000 subs. Whew. Never thought in a billion years that would ever happen. Thank you guys so much. I want to start doing tabs again. I just did a test yesterday from our new rehearsal. That's why I haven't been playing any instruments, is I don't have any instruments around me. All I got is this green screen. Everything's gone. It's all in my practice space. But I'm going to start doing some streams from there so that we can start doing some more music stuff again. I can be loud. I've got a drum kit. I've got tons of instruments, synthesizers, violin, everything. I can finally live the musician podcast life that I've always, I never dreamed about it, but I'm going to say that I've always dreamed about. There we go. But until next time, Thank you guys again. I love you. You're the best. If you're not a part of the Discord, join the Discord link down below. Totally free, totally awesome. Great resources, great people. If you got extra money that you want to throw in the garbage can, don't do that. Got a Patreon. You can get some backing tracks. You can get some access to some different teaching tools, things like that. Just be nice support. But most importantly, I want you guys to have a wonderful rest of the day. Fantastic weekend. I love you guys. Now I'm going to feel for my mouse and try to stop the stream. I love you guys.